Part of an old part of life. Yeah, that's it. What's up, folks, and welcome to Drone Therapy Season 5, Episode 34. Old dudes with expendable income who love drones. Why am I getting a weird echo? Is it me? Maybe it's the other. Nope. Old dudes with I'm getting an echo. Who love drones. I don't know where it's coming from. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up and have everybody crowded in here with us.
Yeah, somebody's got their audio on, don't they?
Yeah, it's not me.
Not me.
I'm plugged in. Let's see.
I don't think it's me, but
Oh, speaking of the devil, look, it's not Ron. Let me see. Nope, not him. Not Ron. Nope.
I hear people
it's
talking.
coming from Mike's end. It's coming from Mike's end is where I'm getting it from. If I mute Mike's mic, see, it's good there, right? We're not getting an echo. Now, if I wait a minute, let me unmute Mike. Sorry, Mike. Go ahead. You unmute. Unmute Mike. It's good there, right? We're not getting an echo. Now, if I wait a minute. Now, see if it's Mike. Now, mute yourself, Mike, and then
we're getting it from you, Mike.
Really? Yep. See, okay, everybody, talk, everybody. Everybody, yell at once!
Hey.
You still getting it?
No, we're good now.
This is
We're
great.
good now.
No, got it. It's coming again.
It's minor, but it's still there. Yeah, it's just coming that way. Hey, Ron, are you flooded?
Well, we're still good here, but we have tornadoes close by. Just where I used to live inland in New Jersey, several areas have suffered tornadoes already. So I'm still on standby here for alerts here of anything coming my way.
Okay, Mike will be back in with us. I want to say this gentleman right here, the man in charge of the hottest growing Facebook group on right now, is none other than Bob Dempsey, and Bob's here joining us tonight. We're going to talk about what got Bob into drones, what kind of drones he uses, what kind of software he uses, and then we're going to talk about that kick-ass group that he started that we all happen to be members of. But first off, hopefully Mike will get back in a minute. The reason Mike's here tonight is Mike's the guy that turned me on to the group in the first place. And then Bob told me that it happens to be that these three other gentlemen here with us were the inspiration for his new group. So without further ado, I'm going to throw it around the room and let each gentleman say who they are, what they're doing, and what's going on with them tonight. First off, we're going to go to Bill, the drone reviewer.
Hey, Bill, it's great to be here at good old times. Just absolutely looking forward to tonight's show. You got a fantastic guest. I absolutely enjoy interacting with him. Bob's a great guy. And we all are. The group was custom made for all of us.
Yes, sir. It really is. Okay, next over, we're going to go to the man who's playing with Ida, Ron Brown.
Hello, everyone, and welcome everybody in the chats tonight. I will get the chats up here in a second and get talking with everybody. I think I'm on the wrong show here tonight. I can't possibly be on a show with a bunch of old farts. I'm in my prime here. You've got to be in the wrong show.
Looks like Ida's still in your bandwidth.
Yeah. So all kidding aside, I was just watching Bob's video this morning. I thought he was in Hawaii. Here he is on the Drone Nation set. What is going on?
Oh, no, he's on the Drone Nation set. Wow.
I mean, sorry,
that's okay.
Because Drone set.
That's okay. For the money that you're paying Ron, you can call it whatever you want to.
I get confused. I'm on too many shows. I will throw it back. That's my. That's all I got tonight.
We're going to bounce over to Marcus real quick and see what's up with him.
Well, the good old Hudson Xeno Mini Pro has been occupying me a lot lately. Interesting little product. It's got long ways to go, but we'll keep messing around with it and keep playing around and see if it gets any better. The other thing I got going on is Freewell sent me these variable ND mist filters, and they're for the Air 2S, and I need to get that guy out and try these things out.
Cool. Mr. Wright, what's up with you, sir?
Hey, everybody from great state of Texas. I'm glad to be here, you guys.
Quick. Really good, really good. Okay, so let's get into all the meat and the subject going on here. So, Bob, tell us where you're from, what kind of drones you fly, what made you get into the hobby?
Well, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, is where I've been for the last 47 years. I was 23 years old. I had about 6 months break in that I couldn't get a student loan, and so I had 6 months. So I came to Las Vegas to spend 6 months in 1974, and I haven't left yet. And I now have grandkids here, Anyway, so I've been in the mostly in the graphic art business. I have been, I stumbled into a Macintosh in '84 and bought one and became a graphic designer and taught for 18 years at the college here, taught graphic design. And then, I've been running a graphic design business up until the year before COVID. I decided to kind of scale back and kind of halfway retire. And so we closed the office, let all the employees go. We moved back into the house exactly a year before COVID. And I've been busier than I've ever been doing graphic work. And, it's, I haven't been really anywhere near any kind of retirement yet, kind of thing. And so at December, I play a Christmas character, as you can probably guess. And usually right at the after Christmas, I got a few extra dollars. And so every year I go and buy myself something, and my birthday is right at the same time. So I had seen drones about 5-6 years ago. One of my clients was a solar installer company, and he was buying drones to inspect his finished work, and I was so excited about, looking at it and everything, but I couldn't spend $2,500 for fun, kind of thing. So anyway, so after Christmas in December 2 years ago, I bought a Mini and I got hooked. I was out almost every other day at least. I was out either in my driveway, or there's 3 or 4 parks within 5 miles of here that are approved for drones. So that's so that's really was my stem. And then I wanted to upgrade of course. And then after this past Christmas, I had a really good Christmas because we did it all online. And I got introduced indirectly to a service that does Christmas messages from Santa Claus in India. And
Claude, I'm just sorry. I hadn't seen Claude in forever. Just want to say, hey, Drone Travels, you came in on the perfect night. It's all going to be us old farts tonight. All right, sorry.
Yay, no problem.
Had a squirrel moment.
Oh, good, good. I enjoy the squirrels. Let me tell you, it's the best part of the show.
Yeah.
So anyway, after this year, I bought an Air 2 in January, and I loved it. I went everywhere. I installed it. I put Mavic on it. I put, I've been a video editor for about 15 years. I've been editing video before I ever got a drone. And so, and then I did the Best Buy shuffle. And I returned the Air on April 14th, and I bought the Air 2S on April 15th, so.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's my go-to at the moment. I still have the Mini. I still fly the Mini. I really enjoy it, but the Air 2S has become my go-to, So
absolutely. So Bob, do you live up in Summerlin?
No, we're in Henderson.
Henderson. Yeah. Okay.
The other corner of the valley.
Right. All my family live in Las Vegas, so I'm down there all the time as well. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm near the airport. We're actually the section's called Silverado Ranch is the section where we are. But it's been a wonderful place.
And now everybody wants to become your friend, come to Vegas, visit, and fly.
Yeah, I've got places to take them,
The Red Rocks, right?
Oh yeah, Red Rocks is beautiful. Calico Basin, Lovell Canyon. I mean, there is some marvelous places. So
very cool.
I think
very cool.
The best that I so far have been able to do, I think my best effort is I got together with a young man he was flying a Mavic 2 Pro at the time. And we all went to this area called Lime Kiln Canyon in the border between Nevada and Arizona by Mesquite, if anybody knows the area.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Kind of thing. So it's called the Mini Grand Canyon. This place, guys that want to climb rocks, dangerously, this is like the ideal place for them. Anyway, so we shot a video there. We all shot video there, and then I put it all together. And a friend that I've been friends with for a long, long time was a Broadway music director and a composer for a variety of different shows and all kinds of things. I sent him the video and he composed and performed the music for it, just for that video. So that was really probably the best thing. That's the trailer on my Bob's Drone Adventures channel. So
yes, that's what I put the link up for just now.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah,
so cool.
So anyway, so that brings me to here. A few months ago, on most of your Facebook pages and most of your YouTube channels, I become friends with a variety of other guys doing drones, and mostly our age, my age. I turned 70 this past December. And I have to tell you, we chit chat in private chats and stuff. And one guy, finally at the, this is like in the middle of May, he said, I asked a really simple question and I got nothing but I'll say it, crapola. That's not what he said, but you get it.
You
Okay.
can say bullshit here. I don't care.
I see. So anyway, so that's so that kind of stimulated me that maybe it's time to start a channel for old guys just learning this and enjoying it. So getting back to the name, where it feels really, really strange sitting here looking at you three guys there, because I would watch you, all three of you. Sorry, Mike, but
No problem. No
I
life.
would watch you guys religiously. I had every single, I knew when you were on. I knew, and I still to this day I do that. So
I don't think they heard you.
and so anyway, many times, and when a year and a half ago when I started watching you, my wife would say, "What are you doing? Why are you glued to that? What are you doing?" And I kept telling her, I said, "I'm watching the old farts with drones, and and so you are the old farts, Ron, Marcus, Bill, you are the old farts with drones." I mean, that was the total inspiration, kind of thing.
And another thing too that I didn't want, people were thinking that they couldn't come in if they weren't members of a certain age group. And just like as you can see, Mark was asking me if I called him an old fart earlier, and I just want to let y'all know, if you're not like over 50, 55, then you're considered an honorary old fart at heart. So you still
it's a
qualify.
State of mind.
Yes, exactly. It's a state of mind.
It's a state of mind. It's for sure,
Well, Bob, I have a feeling you just got a bunch of new subscribers, and I'm ashamed to say that I wasn't already subscribed to you, but I certainly am now.
Well, also see, it's also Bob's intention to create an old farts with drone YouTube show also. But if we can keep him covered up with graphic work, we won't get any more competition.
No, I couldn't compete. I mean, I am the disciple here, and you are the mentors. That's how I
what did you say?
Envision this.
Oh, so they're young farts at heart. But we all still love drones. But the difference is we're the ones with the expendable income. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got all that covered. Like I said, let me get the link up while what do you all want to talk about? Do we want to talk about the Xeno Mini Pro? Do we want to talk about the Osmo Mobile 5? Do we want to talk about the Mavic 3 leaks? What do you all want to talk about?
I want to, next time I'm in Las Vegas, I want to go flying with Bob.
There you go.
Geez. Marcus, that would be an honor. It would be great. I don't know if you're familiar with Equestrian Park. It's actually a huge park designed for people to bring your horse, kind of thing. But they have this tremendous field that you can. It's a great time. Yeah.
Perfect.
And I want to add this. I'm going to throw this in the
and
chat.
I want to add that recently Bob sent me a friend request on Facebook, and I grew up in a small town in Pennsylvania, and I had a friend growing up, Bob Dempsey. He was a couple years younger than me. I'm like 61, soon to be 62. And I thought, oh, that's Bob Dempsey's monster. But I'm looking at the picture, I'm saying, well, it doesn't look like Bob, but I can't really tell her that beard or whatever. I didn't even know it was you at that point or whatever. And then I friended you, and then I figured out who you were and whatever. And I want to say, your little speech about how you watch this and you started your page or whatever. I mean, this is kind of like, maybe I can speak for Marcus too. It's kind of the reason we do this or whatever. I mean, I hope that we actually added something to somebody's life on the show.
Exactly.
You entertain somebody in some sort of way or whatever, spread some good karma out there. So this story kind of warms my heart that, we actually created something that somebody got some value out of.
Yeah, it's awesome. And now it's the old farts with drones is taking off so much. You've already got people asking for merchandise.
I've been at embroidery shops today, checking availabilities of things, and or trying these plentifuls or whatever. And I did happen to buy oldfartswithdrones.com. Okay, so I got that secured a couple days ago. So
I showed something to a friend.
I want to ask Bob too. How was Hawaii?
Hawaii was incredible.
Now, did you just get back?
We got about 3 weeks ago. We were there for
you're still
8
editing
days.
videos and posting them. I understand.
I posted one that was bizarre. On the beach at Waikiki, there is absolutely a no grid on the beach. I checked the loft. I checked air map. You can I went from the Hilton Hawaiian Village out to the water and launched my drone. Baffles me, You can't launch a drone by a tourist section in Las Vegas.
Interesting.
Yeah. But we got to stay with some local people. We stayed in a local homestead there, which was, it was originally gifts from the Queen to the Hawaiian people. And so we got to stay with a lot of local people, and we got to go to a lot of places that tourists wouldn't know about.
Was that your first time in Hawaii?
No, about third or fourth.
Okay.
There.
Yeah, I want to go back.
Yeah.
I want to go back big time now. Now that I know where I can and can't fly. Okay. I was talking to Bob about this earlier, and I've mentioned it to a couple of people. I showed the logo to Billy Kyle. He started laughing like hell. He didn't understand why, and I said, only the regular viewers of the show will understand what this means. And like I always make reference to it, saying, oh God, the train's gone off the tracks. We need to get it back on the track, because we always seem to go off on some kind of tangent at one point, often during the show. Okay, and it was brought up the last couple of weeks that we need to not necessarily call it going off the track, but we'll call it a squirrel moment, right? So with that being said, I created something. Come on, let me get this up here. It's Beware the Squirrel t-shirt. So as you can see on the front, we have the Beware the Squirrel with the lovely silhouette of the squirrel, Beware the Squirrel in text, and the Drone Therapy logo. On the back, we have the large logo of Squirrel Alert with the DT logo. Available in various colors for only $19.99. It's on a quality t-shirt. Get yours today. As you can see the link in the chat.
Hey, Bill, can I ask you kind of a business question?
Sure.
So
it's not baseball here, folks.
They just raise prices, Marcus, before you ask.
Yeah. So I've often thought about merchandise, and have people ask me all the time for hats and stuff. Well, I've just made a few hats that I've sent around and so forth. What company are you using, and does it work out okay? Are you happy with the quality of the merchandise?
To be honest with you, I've been with Teespring the whole time. I love the quality of what they come out. And yes, I'm my own best customer.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I just was curious.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, most everything I've gotten a copy of. Teespring lets you, after you've been with them for a little while, they'll let you buy like what they call samples, and they'll give you basically a cost price. So you can get 1 or 2 t-shirts at a cost price, and then you can do whatever you want to with them, which I think is awesome. But yeah, I thought it was awesome to be called, have the, because it's a squirrel moment. They were talking about the squirrel moments and everything. So I thought it was kind of cool. And since we've kind of shifted into the drone section of the show, I want to say I love this thing. I love this.
Oh, isn't that cool? Yeah.
It's like twice as fast as doing it with the drone. And you don't have to worry about overheating the drone or cooking the components or any of that stuff. And yes, they are available again from Skydio. Just go and order now. Dual charger.
Bill, by pure luck, when I ordered my Skydio 2, I ordered one of those with it, and I really didn't even completely understand what an advantage it was at the time, but I'm sure glad I got it.
Oh, yeah, I wish I had gotten it before, especially remember when I had that trouble with the firmware didn't complete. They were like, yeah, you could have flown. What they told me was more than likely with the next firmware update, my drone would have been fine. It would have completed the update and I would have been okay, but I couldn't charge the batteries. So Maddie is asking you, Bob, what is the age limit for the Old Guys Facebook group?
There's no age limit. You only have to be an adult.
That's key word there. Key rule: be an adult. Understand to give beneficial answers to questions, not necessarily smart-ass answers, unless they're extremely comical in nature.
We like humor, we definitely like humor, but degrading comments we don't like.
There you go. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. I got to hear this one. There we go. There's your merchandising right there. Old farts with drone depends. And
we could get a little monogram on there,
our first squirrel moment brought to you by the Grumpy Vlogger. Ron's only 30. He's not an old fart. Oh, yeah. Gary's calling you out. Ron.
Ron Brown?
Yeah. That means you're an old man.
My wife just told me that a tornado may have hit my hometown where my father lives, so I'm trying to get information.
Oh, all right. Sorry. All right. Got you, Ron.
Sorry.
Hold on, you go right ahead. Go for it, Ron.
Weather channel there.
On my father right now.
No, go for it.
I was going to say, you were talking about merchandise. One of the companies I've had really good success with has been Vistaprint. They print the business cards, and they also have a company called Promotique. It's a little bit finer merchandise, and the polo shirts that I wear, you send them a sample of your logo, okay, for my polo shirts, embroidered on a cotton polo shirt. It's like about $35, okay, which you go to other places, it's $65, $70, $75. So they have some good prices there. I'm pretty impressed with them.
I like this one.
I don't want to adult anymore.
I'm done with the free trial. Can I cancel my
I think the comments are more fun.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that one. That right there needs to be a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That needs to be a t-shirt right there.
I don't want to adult anymore.
Neil, you need to copy that, put it on a t-shirt. You need to put that on a t-shirt right now. That's a good one. I think you could sell a lot of those. Okay, what do we want to talk about? Okay, Osmo Mobile 5. What do we think? Other than the telescoping lens or the telescoping arm.
Well, we don't really know anything about it yet, but that telescopic arm, I guess, is something.
And it looks like the leaked pictures make it look like it's more pocketable, as Rich Smith suggested, smaller.
Huh.
All right, Mike, be careful. Don't tell him that you were playing with us. We don't want you to get docked on your pay bill. Yeah. But Jim's droning, he uses Vistaprint Canada. Use Vistaprint for business cards. Very happy. Okay, so yeah, it's saying that they're good product. I'm happy with, like I said, what happens with Teespring, they have like a tier kind of thing. Like you start out with t-shirts and stuff like that. Although none of my logos will they accept to embroider a hat yet. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. But yeah, they open up more things like I can do biker pants, I can do canopy hats, I can do a bunch of different stuff. And I don't know how Vistaprint and stuff is. Maybe they just, but it's the only thing I don't like about them is the way you go about getting your money, and they won't let you take your money and buy product for yourself. Like if you sell stuff, to me, it would seem like, if you want to flip it and say, okay, just send me 10 of my t-shirts instead of giving me the money, but no, they won't let you do that. They want you to take the money and then rebuy stuff. So I don't know. That's just me. I think that's a little quirky. Nobody, anything? Mavic 3?
Mavic 3. Yeah, I talked about that last night.
I listened to you, Bill. Yeah.
That, and I've had so many people say, they're thinking it's coming out this year, and I want to try to say something right off the top. Okay, The Mini 3 is going to come out in November. I could just about, write the check right now. Okay. They've been last 2 years in a row. DJI has been spot on coming out with the Mini, and they're going to do the same thing. And it's going to be a mini Christmas. Okay. You're going to have the Mini SE, going to introduce people to drones. And then you're going to have the Mini 3. It's going to be a mini Christmas this year.
And wait a minute. I think, isn't it proper to say that congratulations are in order for Mr. Isn't it Mr. And Matt just get his 107?
I believe so. I believe you're right. I believe Mac just did get his 107 by what I've read on the groups.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Congratulations, sir. Glad to.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Like good job. Good job. Okay,
hey,
so
I just want to respond to Bill, the drone review for a second there.
Yeah.
So, Bill, I totally agree with you about the Mini coming out almost in the same date. It always does in the beginning of November, just like the Osmo Mobile seems to come out about on the same date, every year too. And I just want to swing to the Osmo Mobile a little bit. I'll address Bill, but I'm addressing the whole panel really. But Bill, last year when the Osmo 4 came out, it just sort of squeaked out without any fanfare or whatever. It was just there. You know what I mean? Why is the 5 weren't like a email blasted out to all DJI subscribers, a special page with a number 5 on or whatever? Then none of that happened last year. It just came out.
Yeah, that's very true.
Sorry. Let me get this off it. Go ahead.
Is there any chance at all that this is a Phantom 5?
No.
Hey, I'll kidding aside, Bill, did you get a bunch of emails when they said 5? Did people give you a hard time over that?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I had a couple of my friends overseas. Stephen Ewing, he sent me an email. A couple other ones over in the UK. They're going, Bill, the Phantom 5's coming out. I said, guys, I'm going to burst your bubble here. I hate to say it. Okay.
Yeah.
But is there any guess why they're making a big deal over the Osmo Mobile 5 when they made no deal at all over the Osmo?
Because they ain't put shit out this year, man. They gotta make some money.
Other than the Air 2S,
they put out the FPV.
Well, wait a minute, Bill.
The FPV.
Let me hold Bill to account there. They put out the DJI FPV drone, which seems like it's a big hit. I don't know the numbers. And they put the Air 2S out, which is one of the best drones they've ever made. I would call this, in my opinion, a good year if they just dropped the mic down and left for the year.
Ron, I think to answer your question, last year, COVID was really ramped up at about that time. So they just, it just got out there, no banner, no press release, no big deal. And the next thing you know, boom, it was available kind of a thing.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't, that's
valid. That's a valid reason. Yeah.
There's another fair question right there. And another thing too, what if it's easier to build the Osmo Mobile 5? What if the electronics that are needed to produce this are more available than the chips that they need to produce?
Right. Common off the shelf chips, they don't have to do it. Maybe they have them laying around.
So it's much less, it's easier for them to get out. Plus they maybe have some extra money from the consumer budget to advertise better for this one. I don't know.
Hey,
Marcus?
Bill, Ron and I have had a lot of long conversations about this, and Ron and I both bought the OM4 when it came out, and I upgraded from the Osmo Mobile 3, and the OM4 was just a very incremental step above the Osmo Mobile 3. It had that magnetic mount.
The magnet was a killer feature, yes, Bob.
And it had stronger motors on it, which were good for heavier.
The phones got heavier, yes.
But what I have found in use of that thing, and I like it. I'm glad I bought it. I do use it, but you know what I use it for? I use it to take those clone pictures that are really fun, and then
but you can only do it on iOS,
right? Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't do it on Android.
I use it for motion lapse. It's really great for motion lapse.
Yeah.
but actually using it as a gimbal, this thing is so stable as it is. I mean, it's almost not. It's more trouble than it's worth.
And this guy's pretty stable too, Marcus.
Even more so. Yeah.
We know the 10's coming.
We do.
We know
And
the
it's
10's coming.
got blue lettering on it, so you know it's going to be better. Everybody loves blue.
Marco.
Marco.
One quick shot back to everybody, but Bill in particular, because he brought the Mini 3 in November coming up. Okay, does that Mini 3 in November, does that X out them release anything in October? Does that guarantee they will not release a drone or any other big product the month previous?
No, I'm going to say that you might see the action too.
But they won't release a drone back to back.
No, there's going to be that Mini 3 will be it for drones for this year. That's going to be it.
Yeah, I totally and to be honest with you, I still think if something in DJI's ear, I still think that Hubson shortcutted those drones to get them out fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think they went with cheaper motherboards because they were like, okay, you're going to wait another 8 to 10 months to get the chips that you need to make that drone. So they switched things out. Because remember, there was that weird confusion over some of the drones were going to be held back and they were going to be reflashed with some other firmware, and they had to do this, that, and the other. And there was all those weird rumors floating around. I think what happened was they pulled those back. They switched out the motherboards, put in that cheaper board and stuff just to get them out. And now they're paying the price for it.
So what you said, we should wait for the V2 of the Xeno Mini.
I think if what the chip situation and all that hadn't happened, we would have gotten a decent drone. But what it was they were terrified that they were going to go under in 10 months waiting on those chips. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, let me add to that a little bit. So a lot of people canceled their orders long before the drone ever came out because they waited so long. And then a lot of other people, when they saw that it was such a problematic product, canceled their orders. But that said, they talk about that Xeno Mini SE because it is going to be, it's not over promising like the Xeno Mini Pro is. It may very well be a better drone than the Xeno Pro. It might be good right out of the box because it's not going to take that demanding all that processing power, etc. It's not going to have obstacle avoidance. It's going to have a smaller sensor. As it is, I like the video from my original Hubson Xeno much better than I do this Xeno Pro that was supposed to have such a big sensor on it and have such a fantastic camera.
Good
That's
point.
How I really feel.
Good point. Yeah, I mean, again, and eliminate a lot of the advanced, even tracking features and so on that was problems. You take all that out of the equation, and the chip doesn't have to work that hard, and maybe it's a good little budget GPS drone for people who want a 3-axis drone. It takes maybe decent 4K 30 video, nothing spectacular or whatever, but decent. And Marcus has a good point. That may be the Hubson to get this year.
Oh, see, now Mark's pointing out, about Autel possibly coming out with a mini drone.
Yeah,
we don't know where it's going to jump in there at. So that would be actually cool if it did come out at Christmas time.
That would be cool.
So,
Well,
okay.
You would think, I'm no marketer for a big drone company, but you would think they would want to release that in and around the time of the Mini 3, before the Mini 3 got ahead of steam going. If I was Autel, I'd want to release that right before the Mini 3. I'd want to steal the thunder.
Bill, are you just going to run right up the street to the little industrial park and buy one? Where their headquarters is at?
Oh, you me? No, I mean, the thing about it is it looks like if you go by and look at the place, it looks like a convenience store, man. It's seriously, it's like as big as one of my outbuildings. There's like a downstairs and an upstairs. It doesn't look like there would be much going on there.
I dare you to go knock on the door and ask if you can talk to Randall.
Oh,
Not
or
to Randall's office.
or show up with my Skydio in a box and going, man, I'm having all kinds of problems. Can I talk to some technicians?
That would be pretty good.
Something. Okay, I want to go back to the Mavic 3
Let's
for a
go
minute
back to 3.
because I saw Mikey was talking on Philly Drone Life last night that he thinks he's underwhelmed by this drone. And I'll be honest with you, I wet myself when I saw it. Those 2 cameras, and then you take those 2 cameras and you use the software like we have on these, and you combine those 2 pictures into another picture. Oh man, I'm just imagining what all we can be doing. And then you throw in Hasselblad color signs on top of that.
And possibly Apple ProRes.
Yeah, I mean,
Phil, I totally agree with you. I'm not. I told Marcus off air, I'm not regretting not having the Micro Four Thirds sensor one bit. I'm perfectly happy if those rumors that we got released this week are true.
Yeah, well, because if they go with the aperture, so that we're okay. Anybody, just jump in. I'm sorry, I was rambling for a second.
One of the things that I wanted to say was because a lot of people have a hard time believing when you see, I mean, this was supposedly some out of Brazil that put this video together and all this information and everything. One of the things that I tell people is this: those specs that they have listed, they're very realistic. They're not out. They're not like Xeno Mini Pro specs where we're gonna promise you the moon. Okay, these are very realistic, very doable. The design has not been a radical departure from the Mavic 2 or the Mavic series. Okay, it still retains that design. And the other thing I saw on there, okay, and I took a good look at it. There's plenty of vents on here. Okay, so it's gonna cool off inside, which is, I mean, that's engineering 101. I mean, you gotta have, if you find a way to dissipate heat.
We got 40 minutes in the air, man. Yeah.
Mike's got a point.
Do y'all really believe, any of y'all believe that DJI is going to put out Mavic 3 before the remote ID is identified by the FAA?
That's a good question, Mike.
I don't see them putting out a $2,000 drone.
Here's
not
the thing.
really good in a year and a half.
Here's the thing. I don't think that they're going to have it ready in time, and they're going to have to back it off.
That could be the case.
Because they should have already put those specs in manufacturers' hands now.
But
there's no way.
But is DJI going to issue a drone, a $2,000 drone that's not
that's not remote ID compliant?
Yeah, I think so, because they know something
Mike,
we don't.
You make a good point, but I agree with Bill. DJI's probably come to the conclusion, if we keep waiting for this, we'll never get this drone out. We got to do something. We just can't wait for something that may or may not happen on the time frame.
The big thing is what we know for a fact is they've got to design it. Then once they get a solid design, they've got to give it to manufacturers. The manufacturers have got to come back and say, okay, this is the only way we can get it into our drones. Okay, so we're talking another 4 or 5, maybe even 10 years before they can physically put it in there, unless they go with software like DJI has asked them to do already, that's embedded in their software that can be easily added to any of the other softwares from any of the other companies. Something tells me they'd be happy to sell that part of their code or share that part of their code.
A thought on that, as far as remote ID is concerned, if it's going to be a physical apparatus, have a port on the top of the drone, okay? Kind of like the Mavic 2 Enterprise series did with the, with the searchlight and the speaker and all that stuff, okay? Have something available on top for future use, put a port over it, like you do with the SD card and the other side access ports, and then for future use, and then you hook it up and boom, plug and play.
I agree with Stevie 100% here, man. This right, and people are, I mean, I know some people, like I know Marcus believes it's going to be an inexpensive drone. I don't think so. I think this is meant to take the place of the Inspire and the lower end of their lower end middle section of their professional drone section. I don't think they're going to come out with another big ass drone. I think this drone is meant to take that space.
Agree.
So
let me ask the panel this question.
Can I rebut that?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
I just want to rebut Bill, Ron, for just a
All right,
second.
go for it. Go for it.
So I think you're partly right and partly wrong.
Okay.
Because what I think we're going to see is two distinct versions. We're going to see I hesitate to say a more professional version, but let's call it a commercial version.
Right.
And a consumer version. And, Mikey said on his show last night, he thinks the consumer version will start just the base model at about $1,600. And then you get the full end of it with the smart controller and the deluxe stuff, might get up to $2,500 or something like that. And then to your point, Bill, I'm sure there'll be a commercial version that is above that. If you are a commercial person doing serious work with it, that would be, be a $3,000, $3,500 drone.
Where they come out with
the pictures that I think we're seeing now are the Pro model with that 2 combo camera.
Possibly.
And I can agree with Marcus. We'll have like the Mavic 2 with a 1-inch Hasselblad will be the standard version. So that's basically what's going to be. It'll be all updated components. You'll have your 1-inch Hasselblad with the color science in it, maybe on a little bit smaller airframe, and that's going to be your standard version. And then the big fancy Hasselblad with the two built-in cameras will be your professional model.
We're in total agreement.
Okay. And I want to ask the panel that: do you think by not putting the Micro Four Thirds camera in this, that when people projected this to be a lot of money, I think they were basing on that projection on it having a Micro Four Thirds camera on it, which is a much bigger sensor, much bigger lenses, so on. Okay, by not having that Micro Four Thirds sensor, do you think we could project the price lower now?
Bill, that's why Ron gets the big money to come on these shows.
I mean, even though this is a dual camera, it's still a 1-inch sensor. It's not a Micro Four Thirds, which is much bigger than a 1-inch sensor, more than double the size. So that should keep the cost in line a little bit more than if they'd have went with that bigger sensor. Because
the biggest problem is going to be you're going to have to put a bigger frame, because you got to figure out a way to balance that big lens underneath the drone in a way that it can be stable as it flies. The frames that we have right now with the Mavic series will not hold a Micro Four Thirds lens. They'll wonk all over the place. Exactly. Especially you put a zoom lens or something on it, it's just going to boom. So it's just not going to work. So you've got to come.
Drone reviewer, you're usually not this quiet. You've got to have an opinion here.
I'm eating this up. Well, first of all, as far as price is concerned, okay, it's going to top $2,000. Even the consumer version, I think, is going to top $2,000. And I've been telling people for this whole year, break open your piggy banks and get your nickels and dimes together, boys and girls, because this one is going to be the most expensive consumer drone that DJI has ever come out.
Let me put Bill on the spot. What feature that was leaked would drive that price that high?
Well, because I think you're not going to have a regular controller. You'll have a smart controller with it, okay? It's going to be mandatory, okay? There's going to be no regular camera like we got.
The first of its kind drone camera. That's what's going to cost so much right there, that special camera.
Yeah, but Bill, the drone reviewer, if you were right about that controller, dude, I'm totally with you. I'm all in on that.
Yeah, I firmly think that, because that was just the way that they were going. Because I remember when Ron got his, he bought it as a bundle, okay? And I said, you know what? DJI is smart.
I think I saved $250 doing the bundle, Bill.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, DJI was smart because they don't do things for the sake of just doing them, all right? This was a test to see how well they could sell that smart controller bundled with a drone, okay? And it did really well. So they're going to be doing this with the 3 as well, too. And I think there's going to be no regular controller option. You're going to have a smart controller.
Yeah. Every think it'll work with the phone.
Has a smart controller.
That's one thing.
Go just wait for the sale.
A curious show, yeah. But here's like you said, that was one thing that there is a good point. They were saying that it was going to use the Air 2S controller.
That's
so we're not going to have. We couldn't have a new smart controller and it still used the Air 2S controller. I wouldn't think.
Who knows? You know what? But Bill Thomas, we have not heard from Bob Dempsey. I mean, Bob, you've got to be following all this.
Bob's
Every
probably
day.
Bob's probably
Yeah.
under NDA on this. He probably has the Mavic 3.
I wish.
Something that he can't say anything.
No. I'm anxiously really awaiting the iPad Mini 6. Hopefully that's going to have a 1200 nits, screen on that thing. But, on this 3, I started wanting to wait and buy a Mavic 3 2 years ago. Kind of thing, and kept hearing about it's coming any day now, Mavic 3, 2 years ago. And, it seems, I changed my mind and bought an Air 2, and I'm glad I did, I don't regret ever that, so I think, I think for a certain segment, this 3 is going to be necessity. And I think that's going to be the case. But, I'd like to see a smart controller that's, up to date.
Right.
Totally agree.
Well,
Hey, Bill, I'm sorry.
No, you can go right ahead. The only thing I want to say is, even though it's 3 years old, the Mavic 2 Pro is still a phenomenal bird, because people were talking about this. This is, I took this just the other day. Hang on. That's a 5-picture bracket with the Mavic 2 Pro, just out in my backyard.
Yeah.
Looking out over the water.
Wow.
Bill's correct, and I also want to throw in, and I think Bill and I've talked about this before. I think the Mavic 2 Pro excels at its photos, even over its video. Like, for instance, if I never took video, if I only took pictures, I don't even need another drone. I wouldn't even need a Mavic 3, because you can't get better pictures than you can out of the Mavic 2 Pro. And even though the smart controller has a lot of issues, and we've talked about them many times, the smart controller, the best drone that smart controller works with is the Mavic 2 Pro. I think it was made for the Mavic 2 Pro. It works best with the Mavic 2 Pro. If that's the only way you run it with the Go 4 app or whatever, you don't have as many issues as everybody else has using it in other ways.
Yeah, it's like
and put Jody's comment up. He doesn't want 1200 nits. He needs 3000 nits in his next smart controller.
That's old farts need better vision.
Yeah.
We do. Old farts need 3000 nits. That's a T-shirt, Bob.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'll take 2,500.
Yeah, we're bidding here.
I want more than the 500 on an iPad,
Yeah.
Hey, so the thing I was wondering about, Bill Thomas, was, Mike Wright flies a ton of different drones, and I know, Mike, you really favor DJI drones. And I'm curious as what you're hoping for with the Mavic 3 or whatever they call it. I mean, there's got to be a feature that you're really hoping for.
I'm hoping that they're going to come in with Mavic 3. It's going to be a replacement for the Phantom V4 mechanical shutter, because you don't got that. You don't got that. You don't got that.
Yeah.
With a Pro. But you do with the
variable aperture.
The Phantom, is 4 years old, and it's a lot of mapping and aero modeling, 3D modeling is used. They need that mechanical shutter. And
Neil's going to bed.
Without going to the Inspire.
Yeah.
That's interesting. There's no talk of rumors about what kind of shutter again. And I hope you're right, Mike, but I doubt whether we'll ever see a mechanical shutter or a Mavic. I doubt it. I mean, I don't know.
Well, if it's going to be on anything, you would think about it would be on the nostalgic Hasselblad.
Nostalgic, yeah.
Nostalgic.
Yeah. Hey, Bill.
I kind of only say that way because I just was reading camera rumors today. I mean, just real cameras, not drone cameras, and they're eliminating mechanical shutters on the high end digital DSRs now, Mike. So mechanical shutters outside of special use scenarios or whatever, like industrial type photography, they're kind of going away.
So you're going with mirrorless version.
Mirrorless, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everything's mirrorless. Nobody's, I mean, mirror. You can still have a mechanical shuttle with mirrorless, but basically, if with the why people want the electronic shutter, because you can take pictures faster. You know what I mean? Like you see photographers click a million clicks or whatever. The electronic shutter refreshes much faster than the mechanical shutter. And that kind of supersedes the value you get out of the mechanical shutter for a lot of photographers.
But you control the light so much better.
Is good for certain types of commercial type of work.
But you control the light so much better with a mechanical shutter. You actually, with an electronic shutter, like you said, it's more about speed than it's actually more about controlling the light. With a mechanical shutter, once you click that switch, it's done and it shuts the light off. With an electronic shutter, like you said, there's a split second where there's not necessarily complete darkness before it rolls into that next shot.
Yeah.
So, right. I don't know. I personally think mechanical shutters are beneficial.
Yeah, I'm not knocking them all. I'm just saying they don't seem to be faring too well in the real camera world. So I don't know how much they're going to hold up in the drone world. I'm not taking either side of the fence on the mechanical versus electronic shutter. I'm just stating what's going on in the camera industry. Marcus, you want to get a point in?
Well, I just wanted to ask Bill Thomas. So you were talking about price and where would that price point have to be before you would consider buying one?
Oh, I don't have a price point for the three.
Bill's buying no matter what the price is.
Yeah. I've been like I didn't get I've discovered this. Here's what it is. Honey, what would you like for your birthday? I can't think of anything, dear. Honey, what would you like for Christmas? I can't think of anything, dear. Well, honey, there's a new drone coming out tomorrow. Remember, I didn't get anything for my birthday or for Christmas.
and Mike Ray's got so much of inventory, he can sell enough stuff to raise money to buy anything.
Well, that's what I do too. Usually, I'll offer a really good deal on my previous model, but this time I don't think. I think I'm going to hang on to the Mavic 2 Pro because, like Ron said, it's a phenomenal camera bird. I mean, it still has its benefits as far as shooting video and stuff. It's just a great bird. It's a very stable bird. The only thing that's really weird is, how much longer are they going to make batteries for? That's the only thing.
But right now, you can't get it, I don't believe. Several third-party suppliers, B&H, all do not. It's out of production.
Here's something. Here's something that I noticed. I think it was on Drone Nerds. I found, get this, it's a Mavic 2 Pro Fly More combo kit for $279 because it's refurbished. But in order for it to be refurbished, if it was batteries, they would be brand new batteries because they'd have to be rebuilt from the ground up, right?
Makes sense.
Because it couldn't be a refurbished battery without it being completely rebuilt. So, but somehow they're selling them for, like I said, and hell, it's $399 if you get it from DJI.
I don't believe. $279, you said?
$279 for the hang on. You all I'll get it right now.
Which drone again, Bill? Which drone, Bill?
For the Mavic 2 Pro.
What?
Yes.
$399. Send me the link. I'm going to go buy one right now.
Right, yeah. You give me a minute. I'm going.
I'm sure you saw
I swear to you, it's on Drone Nerds. Wait a minute. Come on, stop.
I don't believe
the original mini Fly More combo dropped to $350 yesterday, I think. Isn't that? And I know I paid.
Bob? That's a great buy.
$349.
Yeah, wow.
Fly More combo.
Mini.
I got a picture yesterday. You guys know who Stephen Ewing is, don't you?
Yeah.
I think most of you. Okay. Lives over in the UK. He just got a Galaxy Z Fold 3, and he's using that with his Air 2S. He sent me a picture of it, and I'm post
curious to see that. When I saw that, the fold out.
You're gonna shit, Marcus.
Lon's got an excellent video on that, Bill.
All right, y'all ready? All right.
Yep, let's see it, Bill. Flash that thing up there.
Hang on. All right. Now, if y'all buy them before I get it, I'm gonna be like, damn it, I shouldn't have done that. Right there's a link. Yeah, go for it, gentlemen. Right here, it says right here, DJI Mavic 2 Part 1 Fly More Kit, DJI refurbished. It's got the 2 batteries. It's got the car charger. It's got the bag. It's got
Did you put the link in the chat?
Yeah, it's in the chat right there. Y'all see it?
Yep. Drone nerds right there.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's just the Fly More kit. Okay, it's not the drone.
No.
Right.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Right.
That's
And it's
the
$3.99
add-on.
on DJI.
Okay. Got you. I'm sorry, Bill. I misunderstood.
Still good for
What
2
you think it
batteries,
was?
though.
The whole drone? No, surely not.
Yeah.
But that's what I was saying. On the DJI site, it's $3.99. But from Drone Nerds refurbished, it's $279. My whole point
You
is
can get the bag, Bill.
no. But what do you mean I can get the bag?
No, that's still a good buy. I agree.
That's it's a great. What I'm trying to say is okay. It's refurbished, right? But the only thing so it's got to be something to do with the batteries. But a refurbished battery is a new battery because it's rebuilt.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to figure out what's
how much is 2
refurbished.
batteries?
That's a tremendous deal, Bill.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal deal.
It is good.
I got a question for the panel, though.
All right.
Am I the only one that thought that Bill Thomas was talking about the whole drone with the whole kit?
No.
Nope.
He did keep saying fly more kit. Oh,
Yeah. So all you
Okay,
guys,
wait a minute.
you
The
bought the Fly More
Mavic.
kit
Hang on. We're
first,
talking
yeah.
about the Mavic 2 Pro. Was it sold like that, or was it sold?
no, but you're right, Bill. You're right. You're correct. But all
It
of
was
us
all
jumped
a separate.
to the conclusion.
Yeah, everybody went the other way. Okay,
Right.
that's what. But it was just like I said.
Girl.
The new one is $399, and this is $270. That's like $120. But my logic is the only thing that you would think would be refurbished is going to be the batteries. So, and then you can't refurbish a battery unless you completely rebuild it, right?
True.
So it's going to be a new battery, and I was just thinking for that price, $120 off, especially since we've all been talking right here, right now about the limited supplies of all of this stuff for the Mavic 2 Pro. Some places aren't even carrying it now because it doesn't look like it's in production. Then this is a good deal.
It's a fantastic deal for 2 batteries by itself.
And even the prop. I mean, you get a full set of props. That's that's $30 something value. You get the car charger. That's probably like a $75 value.
You get the bay for the multiple batteries. So that's another $15 or $20.
Yeah.
I just plugged in 10 of them, and you get 10 of them.
So, I thought that, I'm sorry I didn't mean to confuse everybody. I didn't mean to,
Bill, you should make this a regular part of the show. But Bill's bargain
corner. Bill's bargain
We
corner.
should go this in every show where we find the best drone bargain out there of the week.
Well, the thing about it was I guess like this is I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again just because it would intrigue me so much. And that's one thing I love so much about old farts with drones is where we reminisce about toys we had when we were kids.
Yeah.
And the big one that tore me all to pieces on there that I saw and I remembered was the Vertibird. And I played it on here like last week, and I'm going to do it again because I want to go down memory lane one more time.
I'm going to drop off.
Look at that.
Okay.
Delicious.
All right. Totally understood. Yes.
Enjoy
your food.
See you, Marcus.
And Bill Thomas,
Thank
before
you
go
again,
on,
Marcus.
Father,
Thank you.
I'm going to drop off too and call my father in his hometown. I looks like maybe
sure.
the storm's passed. I want to call him now if he was in the basement or whatever. I didn't want to call him out of the basement while the storm was going, but I want to check in now.
Nice to meet you, Bob. Bill,
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thank you for
Don't forget-
I appreciate it.
Don't
Thank
forget
you.
We want to have you on Drone Nation in the future. So keep
Great.
in touch. We'd love to get you on the show sometime. And
All right.
and,
I'd be thrilled to
get a
do
good
it.
talk going on. We want to get as many old farts on as we can, right?
I think what's going on is I think that everybody's kind of heading towards that section. We've already been on for an hour, so it's perfectly fine for us to end up the show now. Marcus is going to bail out. Ron's going to bail out. I think it's already late on the East Coast for Bill, and he probably needs to take off as well.
I gotta head for work. So
So we'll just let
night.
everybody. So we'll let Bill say his good nights, and I'll go back and I'll get Mike say his good nights. We'll let Bob say his good evenings, and we'll go ahead and close out the show. Go ahead,
Bob,
Bill.
it was an absolute pleasure to meet you tonight. tonight.
Thank you.
You're fantastic. Thank you for supporting, all of us out here. Bill's show, Ron and Marcus, myself, and others. We really appreciate that. And thank you for that group.
And
I mean,
inspiration, really. I gravitated to you first, and that was, it was really the connection.
You do a great job, and we're really happy for that group. I mean, it really brings a chuckle, but it's a good smile. And you know what? We're all one. We all have this wonderful thing in common called drones.
Excellent.
Exactly.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
And thanks for having me on, Bill. I really appreciate that.
Oh, great.
Take care, Bill.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Yeah. All right. Is Bill Thomas talking to somebody else, or did we end?
I'm on.
I'm on. Yeah.
Bill, you muted. Bill's muted.
Bill, you're muted.
I was sneezing earlier and I forgot to take it off. Okay.
Your mouth was moving, but nothing was coming out.
Maybe I was actually just. My wife tells me that she tries to mute me all the time, but it doesn't always work. If you can hear the phone in the background, it happens to be the time of day that we normally get phone calls, because if people don't know, we run an adult family home, and we always get calls for the bus to come pick up people. So if it's for the next day. But thank you very much. We're glad to have had you on. Mike, you want to tell everybody good evening before I'm going to let Mike say his good evenings, and we'll close with you, Bob.
Well,
Mike?
Bob, it's nice meeting you. I know we messaged back and forth for a couple months here, but glad to finally meet you. And Bill, enjoyed being on the show. Appreciate you having me on today.
Very cool. Very cool. Bob, I am very grateful to have met you, and I'm sure we will have you on much more in the future to get your opinion. But as you can tell, when we got a big panel here on drone therapy, it's kind of like the old West. You got to jump in and start talking.
Jump in, yeah.
I noticed that Bill, the drone reviewer, had kind of gotten out of practice, because even Marcus was like, "Well, Bill, what's wrong? Bill, when we were all on the show together, we would sometimes have like 5 and 6 guests at a time. So you would have to catch your opening and go for it.
Find a spot to get in there, I understand it. Yes.
But we'll definitely have you on again in the future, and we're looking forward to seeing your new show when you get it all set up and ready. If you need any help from me using StreamYard or anything else like that, just feel free to reach out to me.
Excellent. I appreciate that.
Next week, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do here on the show, but I'm probably we're just going to have a big crazy. We don't know what's going to happen in drone news between now and then. We'll just have to wait and see. And
we'll see what happens on the 8th,
yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's going to be something.
Maybe it is the Phantom 5, that would shock everybody.
Yeah. All right.
So thanks. Well, listen, I want to say, first, if some of the old farts are still out there that from the channel, if they've come, I certainly got to say it's just been an incredible journey. Going from, for almost a month, I had 30 members, and that was it. And I thought, that's good. 30, 40 members. This will be fun, kind of thing. And then in the last 2 months, now we're at 1,800, I think we hit 1,850 about an hour ago, kind of thing. And I mean, it's just been like an eye-opening thing that, there's that many people out there that want a channel that we're offering, or the group that we're offering. And I'm just really honored that everybody is enjoying it, and that everybody's following the rules. And, that's, we don't want any arguments. We don't want any politics. We don't want any, degrading comments. And, but we want to have fun. And that's the idea. And that's, I appreciate it.
Yes,
all right. Thank you all
very much. And with that being said, please come back and join us next week. Until then, live long and prosper.